What you're watching right now is real. This is Corey Micciolo, 6 years old, being forced to keep running as the treadmill speeds up beneath him. He falls. His abusive father drags him back up. He falls again. And that same father is caught on camera biting this 6-year-old boy's head in frustration. Brianna Micciolo gave birth to her son Corey when she was just 17 years old. Christopher Gregor, the boy's father, wasn't part of Corey's life at first. Brianna raised him alone for the first 4 years. Then, in 2019, Gregor petitioned the court for joint custody. He got it. According to Brianna, that's when everything changed. After Corey's very first visits with his father, she says she began noticing something was wrong. Over the following year and a half, Brianna says she reported her concerns to New Jersey's Division of Child Protection and Permanency more than 100 times. Reports about her son's safety, reports about what she believed was happening during custody visits with Gregor. Nothing changed. No intervention. No removal of custody. The visits continued. On March 20th, 2021, during one of those visits, surveillance video would later show Christopher Gregor forcing 6-year-old Corey to run on a treadmill, speeding it up as the boy struggled and repeatedly fell. At one point, the footage appears to show Gregor biting his son's head out of frustration. Corey would later tell hospital staff his father put him on the treadmill because he was too fat. Roughly 2 weeks later, on April 2nd, Corey began showing symptoms: nausea, slurred speech, trouble walking. Gregor eventually brought him to a hospital in Hackensack. During a CT scan, Corey suffered a seizure. He was pronounced dead shortly after. An autopsy found the cause of death was blunt force trauma, lacerations to his heart and liver. Christopher Gregor was charged with first-degree murder and child endangerment. The case went to trial in 2024, more than 3 years after Corey's death. Prosecutors argued that Corey died from injuries sustained through a pattern of abuse, not a single incident.
The video, what can be really described as the child being ejected off the video, almost like on a conveyor belt. And I remember the reaction from the jurors when they first saw it. They sucked in their breath when they saw that. And then after Corey falls repeatedly and then they walk out, there's no loving interaction. There's no pat on the back. Good job, son. There's no hug. Are you okay, son? There's nothing. In fact, the defendant walks out and Corey is trailing behind him, having to grab the door himself. And I'm not denigrating Corey when I say that, but he's being treated by the defendant like he's the stray dog following along. So, while I respect the character letters I've received saying what a loving father he is, a picture is worth 1,000 words and a video is worth 10,000 words. So whatever happened that day, Corey was not receiving love or companionship or kindness or support. He wasn't even receiving what could be described as a tough father was going to raise him to be a man. Get back on the bike when you fell off. That was abuse of the most egregious sort.
World away from me. He has shown and proven to be that special kind of dirtbag he claimed I was. Your Honor, all this monster had to do was say he did not want to be a father. No one would have made him. I would have happily continued to raise my son alone with the help of my family. He had many opportunities not to do this to him. He is in this current situation due to his own actions, and every day he will have to live with this. Your Honor, Corey should be going into 5th grade in September, hanging out with his friends, playing sports and enjoying his life. Instead, he will never experience finding his first girlfriend, graduating high school, falling in love, driving a car, getting married, or having kids. Christopher robbed him of his entire future, and Corey could have easily lived until he was 80 years old. He stole over 70 years from Corey and thousands of memories he could have made. I will never see my son again. I miss him and I love him so much.
If you want more real cases exposed, make sure you're subscribed to True Abuse.